You know that feeling when you put your phone down after an hour of scrolling, that empty, restless feeling. You think it's because you saw something upsetting, or maybe you're just disappointed in yourself for wasting time again. But that feeling has almost nothing to do with what you saw. Your brain was just taken for a ride, a very specific, exhausting ride it never evolved to take. Let me explain. Your brain has a reward system. Think of it like an internal notification bell. It rings when something good happens. Eat a tasty snack, bell rings. Get a compliment, bell rings. This system runs on a chemical called dopamine. But here is the crucial part everyone gets wrong. That bell rings loudest right before the good thing happens. When you smell the food cooking, when you hear your phone buzz, the anticipation is the biggest hit. Social media engineers know this. They built the entire experience around that anticipation. Every time you pull to refresh, you are ringing that bell. Will there be a new like, a funny video, a comment? You don't know. That uncertainty is the point. It makes your brain ring the bell harder. It is the same trick slot machines use, the random reward. You are not lazy for getting stuck. Your brain's ancient wiring is being tricked by a supercomputer, so you scroll. And each scroll, each buzz, gives a tiny ping of that anticipation chemical. But your brain is smart. It tries to stay level. If you keep pinging it with these tiny fake rewards, it turns down the volume on its own internal speaker. It has to. Otherwise, it would be overwhelmed. So after an hour of this, you put the phone down. The pings stop. But now your brain's volume is turned way down. The quiet feels awful. That empty feeling is a chemical come down. Your reward system is literally depleted. That is why nothing seems fun afterward. Not your hobbies, not your work, not even a real conversation. You have not just wasted time, you have temporarily drained the very thing that drives you to do anything at all. This is not a willpower problem. This is a biology problem. You are trying to use a brain that just had its fuel siphoned out. And the worst part? It sets a new normal. Your brain starts to expect those easy, frequent pings. Reading a book feels slow. A long movie is boring. A task that takes 30 minutes of focus feels impossible. Because those things do not ring the bell every 5 seconds. They require your brain to make its own reward from the inside. And right now, after all that scrolling, your brain's reward factory is running on empty. So you pick the phone up again, not because you are weak, but because it is the only thing left that seems to promise any feeling at all. The trap is closed, and it feels like your fault. But it is not. It is just your brain doing exactly what it was built to do inside a machine designed to exploit it. So your reward system is drained. That explains the emptiness. But there is a second punch. Your focus is shattered. You sit down to work. You open a document. Then you think, let me just check one thing. An hour later, you are down a rabbit hole. You feel mentally blurry. You blame your focus. But your focus is fine. It is being trained to fail. Your brain has an attention system. It has two main modes. One is for laser focus. The other is for scanning. Scanning is your default. It looks for threats and opportunities. It is why you notice movement in the corner of your eye. Social media is a scanning paradise. New video, swipe. New post, swipe. Ad, swipe. You are not focusing on anything. You are just scanning. And your brain learns what you practice. Every hour of scanning trains your brain to be a better scanner. It makes the scanning pathways stronger. So when you try to switch to laser focus, it feels wrong. It feels slow and hard because you have literally made the scanning part of your brain stronger with practice. This is not a metaphor. Your brain physically changes based on what you do. The connections you use get thicker, like a muscle. The connections you ignore get weaker. So you have been doing a massive workout for your scanning muscle, and you have completely skipped focus day. That is why reading feels exhausting now. Your brain is screaming for the quick switch. It is craving the next hit of newness. And each time you give in, you make that craving stronger. But there is more. Every time you switch tasks, there is a cost, a little mental tax. Going from your work document to a text message is a switch. Going back is another switch. Your brain has to unload one context and load another. It takes energy and time. Social media forces dozens of these switches per minute. A meme, then a news headline, then a friend's vacation photo. Your brain is paying that tax over and over. This is the real mental fatigue. You are not tired from thinking. You are tired from switching. It is like doing 100 tiny sprints instead of one long run. You are exhausted, but you got nowhere. This is why you can scroll for an hour and feel more drained than after a hard workout. Your brain used up all its energy on the switches. So now you have nothing left for what actually matters. And this sets up the final trap. With a drained reward system and shattered focus, your brain enters a strange state. It is full of other people's moments, but empty of your own thoughts. There is a network in your brain for your internal story. It turns on when you are bored, when you are walking, when you are in the shower. It connects your past to your future. It makes plans. It finds meaning. This system is silenced by constant scanning. You are feeding your brain so much external noise it cannot hear its own voice. So you finish scrolling and you feel hollow. You cannot think of what to do next. You have no ideas. Your own life feels vague and uninteresting. That is not true. Your internal story system is just offline. It has been crowded out. You are living in a room where someone else's radio is always on. You have forgotten what your own thoughts sound like. This is the perfect storm. A brain that cannot feel reward from normal things. A brain trained to jump and scan, and a brain that has lost the thread of its own story. No wonder starting a new habit feels impossible. You are trying to build a bookshelf in a hurricane. The problem is not you. The problem is the weather in your own mind. And that weather was not an accident. It was engineered. So you understand the storm, the drained reward, the shattered focus, the lost internal voice. Knowing that is the first tool. Because you are not fighting a character flaw. You are managing a biological system. One that has been knocked out of balance. The goal is not to never touch your phone again. The goal is to restore the balance your brain needs to work for you. You do this by working with its rules, not against them. First, protect the morning. Your brain's chemical levels are highest after sleep. That is your baseline fuel. Do not spend it on the slot machine. If you check your phone immediately, you are draining that tank before your day even starts. Give yourself just 30 minutes. Make your bed. Drink some water. Look out a window. Let your brain boot up its own systems first. This simple act changes everything. You are telling your brain its own thoughts come first. Second, create friction for scanning and reduce friction for focusing. Put your phone in another room when you work. Use a website blocker. This is not willpower. It is mechanics. You are making the switch cost higher. You are adding steps to the scanning process. At the same time, make focus easier. Open the document you need. Put a notebook next to your computer. Reduce the steps to start. You are not trying to be a focus superhero. You are just smoothing the path for the behavior you want. Third, schedule boredom. Your internal story network needs quiet to turn on. It needs the scanning to stop, so you have to force the quiet. Take a walk without headphones. Sit with a cup of tea and just stare. It will feel awful at first. Your brain will scream for stimulation. That is the scanning muscle twitching. Let it twitch. Do not feed it. After a few minutes, something will happen. An idea will pop up, a memory, a plan for tomorrow. That is your own voice coming back online. It is weak from disuse. You have to exercise it, 5 minutes a day. That is the workout for your focus muscle. Finally, reconnect real reward. Remember, your brain's reward system is depleted from fake hits. You need to remind it what a real earned reward feels like. This is slow. Finish a small task and truly pause. Feel the completion. Have a real conversation and soak in the connection. Go for a run and feel the tiredness in your legs. These things release the good chemicals in a slow, sustained way. They rebuild your baseline. This is not about motivation. It is about signal strength. You are turning the volume back up on your own life's rewards. You will fail sometimes. You will grab your phone. That is fine. The point is not perfection. The point is pattern recognition. Every time you notice the pull, you are not failing. You are seeing the trap, and seeing it is the first step to stepping around it. Your brain is built to adapt. It changed to fit the scanning world. It will change again to fit a focused one. But you have to provide the new environment. You are not trying to control your mind. You are curating its inputs. You are the gardener, not the flower. The storm was engineered, but the calm is yours to build. Start small. Protect the morning. Create the friction. Schedule the quiet. Reconnect one real reward. You now know the mechanism. That knowledge is the lever. The rest is just gentle, consistent pressure.